Our next story is about creativity, purpose, and taking a chance on yourself. It's about an artist with a natural talent most of us can only dream of, and he's not about to waste it. You can often find Dexter Silvers at work on the sidewalk outside his studio in the Grove neighborhood of St. Louis. When we stopped by in June of 2014, Silvers was painting a winter scene of the St. Louis Art Museum and Art Hill in Forest Park. Silvers has created about 35 St. Louis landscapes in his series called Reflections.
I like for my audience to be able to venture through my paintings, actually feel that they were there, they're on location.
And he succeeds with paintings like this one of the landmark Goody Goody Diner in the Wells Goodfellow neighborhood.
Started in the winter, I think it was the end of January. The weather started changing, and automatically I had to add the snow and the characters with their coats on and give it that winter-like effect. But that was a fun project. And a lot of people got a chance to see it being created right before their eyes as they drove by.
Fans of another well-known St. Louis restaurant at the corner of Manchester and Tower Grove will instantly recognize this rendering of sweetie pies and the block on which it sits. The attention to detail in Silvers' works is made all the more impressive by the fact that he's never taken an art class. This painter is self-taught.
My mother and father were artists. I think they got a double dose. I am self-taught, trial and error. I started at the age of 14 as far as painting. And I've been painting ever since. And it's all about trial and error, you know.
Silvers had enough confidence in his artistic abilities that he eventually gave up his day job.
I used to work for the city of St. Louis. I left there in '94. I said to myself, if I don't do this now, I'm going to wish I had it later on down the road. So I stepped out on faith, and I've been self-employed ever since.
I first met Dexter Silvers back in 1999, right around this spot off Oakland Avenue. I was working for another television station at the time. My videographer, Lori Light, and I were headed back downtown on Oakland when we passed by this man sitting in a lawn chair with his easel, his canvas, his paints, and he was painting the arena. Well, everybody knew the arena was slated for demolition, so when we passed by and saw him, we looked at him, we looked at each other, decided, this is a story, and we turned around. The arena, which was home to the St. Louis Blues and host to hundreds of concerts and other entertainment, was imploded a few months after that initial meeting. But the Checker Dome, as it was also known, still exists in photographs, on videotape, and on canvas.
And it's still in good shape.
In fact, Silvers still has that painting.
As I was painting this picture, you know, I decided to put some familiar people in the painting. This is my friend Johnny's van. I had him park it on location so I could put it in the painting. This is my photographer and friend, Dave Dickerson, and his daughter. She's a grown woman now. She just recently came to one of my exhibits, and I was so happy to see her. I try to capture areas that are going to change, whether they're going to demolish a building, or I like to paint special events, you know, to document history. I think that's what my job is here on Earth, to document history, create public records.
And art-loving members of the public got to see Silvers' work during the Open Studios event, June 29, 2014, coordinated by the Contemporary Art Museum. It was a family affair as Silvers' granddaughter sold lemonade outside and his 4 children helped guide visitors through the studio.
I'm actually here jumping rope with my sister. Those are my 2 brothers.
Silvers' 2 daughters and 2 sons have been strongly influenced by their dad. Son Sterling Silvers chose landscape architecture over landscape painting.
I won't leave until everything's right, and I know that's how he is with his paintings. He doesn't let, one thing out of place, and he likes to make things realistic. And I kind of find myself doing like extra edging when other people who won't, or, you know, just depending on what it is. Like if it's a retaining wall, I'd make sure all the stones are perfectly level, and I've seen other people retaining walls lean in the middle or on the end, so it's just things that I picked up.
Daughter Sabrina recalled the days when her dad used his paintings to sharpen his children's powers of observation.
One thing he would do is have us find items or objects in the picture. So we'd go on a hunt and find like 3 birds, or find the snake in the grass, or find just little objects, and he would always hide his signature in the painting. So that's another distinguishing characteristic of his artwork, where you have to find in various places where he would place his signature.
It looks like the Bates Hotel.
Artist Mike Murphy, who does mosaics, and his wife Marianne were among the visitors to the studio who came away impressed.
I love it.
I think the detail on it is absolutely spectacular. The way he is able to capture the picture and make it look real is unbelievable. The tornado paintings that he has in there are, you know, basically frightening.
And I love the scenes, the precision involved in depicting the people and animals, and oh, I love it.
Fantastic. He's a very talented artist. It's really interesting to see how he's profiled not only a history of his family, but a history of the city, and to go from piece to piece to see how different things have progressed. He's very talented. It's very interesting.
Silvers has exhibited around the St. Louis area, and he's shown his work in the lobby of the Shoto branch of Commerce Bank for a number of years. With faith in his talent and himself, Silvers is making it work, and he believes other people should make the most of their talents too.
The Lord blessed us all with something. And once you've discovered what you like to do, what you have a passion for, is your talent. And all you have to do is pursue it. Just do it.